get it to background noise. That's probably still loud, isn't it? Crank that down just a little bit more there. Yeah, we go. That should work. But, hey, Joshua, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining me. But, yeah, I've got two things I'm going to be hopefully trying out tonight. I got the Imperial Cloaked Warbird Romulan L. This is an espresso martini flavored vodka. I have not tasted this yet. I've popped the lid and gave it a smell, and boy, does it smell of coffee, which, I mean, obviously, I was like, I'm not going to bother wearing headphones. But I got this. I think I got the Star Trek wines like 3 years ago now, about 2.5, 3 years ago. And I drank the Andorian one and the Klingon one. And what was the other one? Oh, the Federation something another. I don't remember. I did a video like 2 years ago where I talked about them, but I have not ever gotten around to actually even popping the cork on this Sauvignon Blanc Special Reserve. It's kind of it's interesting. These are numbered like the old figures were. Yeah, I figure I might pop the cork on that later if I want something different, change it up a little bit. So, and I've also got a bag of old figures still on card. I figure some people, I tried for a while. Because I had a whole bunch of these, and just so everybody knows, all of these figures are figures I've already got on card, and in some cases in far better condition. And I had several of them. I did those videos for a while where I was making the shorts. They're like 30 seconds where you can 30 or 45 seconds, whatever it is, a minute. I think it's less than a minute. I don't remember. I don't care. And like one of those videos got like 1,000 views in a flash. And then the rest was like 24, 32. So I was like, I'm gonna stop. I made probably 20 of those. It's kind of like I should look at that. I should go check out Keith and Mike's page, because like it was about 2 years ago they made a whole bunch of those shorts where they were showing off a whole bunch of different figures. And I think a few of them did get like, a couple thousand views. And then you see, some of them got like 30 views. That's the thing about YouTube shorts. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And that's why nobody makes a whole lot of YouTube shorts anymore. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really watch too many of them. They just kind of exist out there. But I don't know if everybody saw, a couple of days ago I made my action figure of myself. I'm pretty proud how it turned out. Made my own version of the uniform of sorts. I thought it looked cool. Kind of like how I think I'm cool sitting here opening toys and drinking alcohol. Because that's what people do on their birthdays. Well, day before their birthday, but it's what I do. It's how I hang. But so yep, that's what I'm here. And I figured I'd show people a few things that I enjoy. Maybe listen to a couple of songs. There we go. I was trying to get oh man, my OBS is just like, what the hell is going on? because I've got layer on top of layer right now. But yeah, and I actually thought I might watch the new. I know it came out like 3 weeks ago. The Star Trek: Strange New Worlds season 3 trailer. Um, I haven't watched it yet. I actually intentionally didn't watch it. Of course, the new season starts, I think, next Thursday. There is a gnat or a fly trying to get right in my face. Or did I say Tuesday or Thursday? I meant on Wednesday or Thursday. What the heck was... What is my problem? But... yeah, let me pause the music for a moment. And I will...
Someone once said space is dark and cold. Our job is to bring light, bring warmth, bring life to wherever we go. Is this a hit it situation?
It's whatever kind of adventure we want it to be.
This crew is a team, the finest Starfleet has to offer.
Indeed.
It's possible they don't know about us.
They know about us.
There is evil in this universe, as sure as there is good.
The choices you make in that chair, they are yours to make and yours to live with.
We await your orders, sir.
You don't trust me with your best friend?
You don't trust me with your baby brother. It's madness.
We have to stop this invasion. Prepare all weapons.
Get to the ship! We are going to find our way out of this together.
It's 1 in 1,000 we get it done right or don't blow ourselves up along the way.
I like those odds. We'll just turn it off before we blow up.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
And I can't remember who it was. Is that younger guy. And I'm wondering, is he like going to be a permanent part of the show, or is it just, he's just showing up for an episode or so? Obviously we'll have to wait and find out. And one other thing that I found that somebody sent me, and I'm gonna blind react to it too. We'll have fun. We'll have fun, folks. Somebody made a trailer, a concept trailer for a like Star Trek anime. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an anime movie, anime TV series, but something to that effect. And yeah, they said it was apparently really cool. I want to check that out. So
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. But out here, not every answer is logical. The greatest journeys begin within. Star Trek: The Anime Voyage, coming soon.
Like I said, I am not completely against using AI to make certain things. That was pretty cool. Wonder if they say it in here. Okay, yep, it was AI. They used AI to make that. Yeah, that's cool. But anyways, so yeah, we'll come back to some of this maybe. I think I'm going to possibly open up a figure. So it is a Wave 1 Data. And if you can't see, the package is already cracked up. I could probably get him out without having to rip too much of the glue part off. But yeah, y'all remember Wave 1? I still think the funniest thing about Wave 1 was how pissed everybody was that Dr. Crusher got completely left out of Wave 1. Which I know, we were all like 12, 13, 14 when these came out. But, I mean, Dr. Crusher was an awesome character. Why wasn't she included? And I get it. They wanted to have the villains. You know, they had the Borg. That was cool. The Ron was cool. Ferengi obviously had some issues. But let's just finish destroying. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, look at how yellowed you can see the table changes color. I could use that for a gel. Yeah, the card back's actually in pretty good condition. The rest of it was what was ruined. But yeah, it's a Wave 1 Data out of his packaging for the first time. But our buddy Hayes, he recently, one of these, I wonder if I can pull up his Instagram real quick. Was it Instagram or Twitter? It may have been where he posted the pictures, because I have been working on a very similar thing of making the data from, well, technically it's lore, but it's the body of Data from when he is first discovered. Here it is. Here's his. This boy. Let me switch back over. Just realized, holy crap, I didn't realize he had done it. He said he was going to. I just showed Android Penis on YouTube. Oops. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I'm hoping. Oh God. I don't think I did. Let me go back and find. Oh. Can get me in trouble. Okay. I really hope I didn't do that. Anyway. But yeah, our buddy Hayes made that. So anyways, yeah, there's Data. He's got the little flap on his arm that opens up. Got the flap on his back that opens up. And we got the accessories, which is, man, these are super vibrant in color. I love it. The ones I have are all old and dingy, so they've kind of turned bland orange over the years. So we got his phaser with a handle. The reason that they did that was because they made both of his hands kind of flat, so it made it easier to attach, so he would actually hold it. And then his tricorder, same thing. Of course, they made the tricorder way too flat. Never understood why they did it quite like that. But then there was this device, which the box calls that a diagnostic testing unit with monitor. And a lot of people have complained that this was never seen in the show, and they are technically correct. This does not match up 100% with what was seen on the show. They did change it up quite a bit so that it would look, so it could be held by the figures. But there actually was a device fairly similar to this that Geordi at one point did plug into Data's head when they were doing a diagnostic on him. I want to say it's actually the episode Times Arrow, the one where Data's head was cut off and was in the 1800s with Samuel Clemens and all that. So yeah, Data was actually one of the early figures I got. The very first figures I got of the Playmates figures was a Worf and a Picard. I got them for Christmas of that year. Of what was that, 92 or 93? When did these officially? 92. I got them for Christmas of 92, and the rest I got over the next year. And I actually remember that Geordi was my absolute favorite of the Wave 1 figures. Picard was right up there, but Geordi was awesome, and I freaking loved Geordi. He comes with his engineering tools, tricorder, dilithium crystals, hand phaser. Of course, this is one of the ones that comes with the removable visor. Of course, after 30 years, the visor... my brain actually just did that math and just wanted to completely shut my brain down. It's one of those moments where you suddenly realize how old you are. Well, nobody understands how bad it is. But yeah, Geordi was one of my favorite characters. I love this. The glue was just popping loose. I'm barely having to work at that. Oh, that corner's actually holding pretty tight. There we go. And again, the yellowing, so ridiculous. Okay. So there is Geordi getting ready to take his visor off. I'm curious, how did everybody else feel about the tricorder pocket? I actually, back in the day, I took all of them off because I freaking hated them. I kept them. I'd put the tricorder inside of it and leave it off to the side, but I don't know. It made their hips chunky funky. I didn't like the way that it flowed. Like, are we on an away team mission all the freaking time? Kind of what it felt like. But, meh. I'm curious what others thought. But, I just realized this is one of the tools that I don't have a replica of yet. I've got this little thing. Of course, I've got phasers. I got tricorders. And I'm going to make one of these. I'm going to 3D print one of those as soon as I can. I'm going to be putting together that med kit that I got a while back, and I need to find some straps, some proper straps for those. But yep, got the crystals. This is the blue kind. He got these from Walter White. Got that strap-on side kit. Which is one of the things that I think is so hilarious. Like, as a kid, nobody taught us how we had to hit the arms and manipulate them all around the head and all that crap in order to go over his head and work. But we all figured it out. Oh, Joshua, I see. Yeah, like, you almost end up wanting to do a second set of figures where you have the one set is for the bridge, the bridge figures where they don't have the tricorder pouch, and then have a second set of figures that have the tricorder pouch on them, and have them be the away team. Let's see. Who else? Oh, here's a good one. This will be a fun one. Although before we do that, let me set that to the side. I think I am going to finally get into the Romulan L Imperial Cloaked Warbird. Let's give this... Woo. I know, I only poured like 3/4 shot. You ever been scared to do that? You're like, I don't know how much I want to actually drink of this. So, I mean, oh, it's I think the problem is it's not like a good coffee smell. It's like that cheap, like not even like, well, I mean, honestly, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the McDonald's coffee smell. Like if you went to McDonald's and got just a black coffee, no cream. Well, okay, the flavor's actually not bad. Got some of that vodka-y burn, but the coffee flavor is pretty decent. It's not, it doesn't, that's a decent quality vodka. I think that's what saves it, is that the vodka itself is actually a really good quality vodka. That the sort of not so great coffee additive that they put in here. I should get the music back up and going. There we go. But yeah, it's okay. It's funny. I actually did get some Frangelico because it was suggested that this might be good to add to this to help it go down a little smoother. Of course, I'm definitely going to be adding some Irish cream just to see how that tastes. But it's actually, I'm realizing it has that sort of hazelnut flavor that Frangelico has already, which is interesting. Let me add a little cream to my coffee. Ooh. Sorry, y'all didn't see that. The sleeve of my shirt caught the bottle and it almost fell over. But yeah, it's far creamier looking now. Oh, that's good. Still a little bit of that burn from the vodka, but that actually mellows it out a ton. That could almost be dangerous. It's not as bad as like a buttery nipple. I'm sorry, that learned back in the day that buttery nipples are the most dangerous drink in existence. Because you'll sit there and drink 10 shots before you realize, oh,
Apple Card.
I've
daily cash back when you buy an iPhone 16
I've got commercials
with your
playing.
Apple Card at Apple.
Everybody ignore it.
Credit
Don't buy
card
Apple. Apple's
Card
shit.
Issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and
Come on, get
at
where I can skip that.
applecard.com.
There we go. So, let's see. I believe this was actually wave 3 of the original figures. Lwaxana Troi, which this box is also in cluttered condition. Lwaxana comes with a wine glass, appropriate. Maybe she and I will have some wine later, some Sauvignon Blanc. Yes, I'm going to say it that way every damn time because I think the word's really fucking hilarious. Intergalactic suitcase, talking gift box, crystal gong, and a Federation action base. Yeah, this was the line that came with a couple of the Star Trek Generations uniforms because everybody was ticked off about what happened the year previous with the movie uniforms from Star Trek Generations because nobody came, well, Kirk, none of the main crew. Oh, look at that, that just came right off. You know, I hadn't fully thought about that. You know, on the other two figures, the base was part of the packaging up here, and this one, it's taped to the back. Got the Skybox card, and of course, this was one of my favorite things about these that I've not really talked about in any videos that I think is hilarious, is the fact that they would frequently double pack cards in here, but the secondary card would be for a different character. And I always wonder why did that happen? It was so strange. Like, was it just them trying to get rid of their inventory? I could see that. So, there is... Man, I forget how light this figure is. Because it's mostly hollow space. Because of the dress. But yeah, actually quite good version of... Oh my god, I'm going blank on her name. Majel Barrett. It's actually a pretty good resemblance of her. But yeah, this was... I know that there is a contingency of people who did not like her character. I thought she was fun. I thought it was a good addition to the show. But what do I know? Got the gong. Gonna ring them bells. Got the box that does not have a very good resemblance of Armin Shimmerman. Because Armin Shimmerman was the face on the box in the episode. That looks nothing like him. But I do kind of wonder if they did that on purpose, if they were like, let's just, for face, let's just use Terry from accounting. And that way we don't have to bother with getting the likeness rights. Despite the fact that they already had the likeness rights because a year before they had made the Quark figure. Man, that plastic feels so like it's about to crumble in my fingers. This is one thing. They didn't make this bag big enough. This is one of the things I'm going to have to make in 3D. Is I'm going to have to make... Oh, hey, Ronnie, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Sorry, I'm not doing very good at paying much attention to the chat, but I will look over more often. Of course, the wine glass was a repeat, it was a reprint, I guess, of the glass from the Guinan set. And there's the little gong banger. Oh no, I knocked it over. Oh well. Man, if somebody who doesn't know anything about me or my channel was to just tune into this and be like, there's a guy in a weird hat drinking alcohol and playing with toys. And I'd be like, yep, that is precisely what you're looking at. You're looking at a 44-year-old man drinking alcohol, playing with toys. Woo! So, ma. I don't know that I'm gonna do any more of that espresso vodka. That was some stout stuff, my friends. We might be switching over to the wine a little faster than I thought. Ooh. And the fun thing is, I've got my perfect wine glass. Everybody know what that is? You know what? Yeah, screw it. Let's go ahead. I'm sure there's... You're not gonna believe it, guys. The dude just spent 20 minutes trying to figure out how to open a bottle of wine. Now the good thing is I got my corkscrew. It's just this little foil cap thing that they put over the cork. There we go. What's really neat, if you've never gotten any of the Star Trek wines, is on the cork they actually do, and I'll show you more in just a minute, they actually do have the cork itself there we go. So this will probably have some kind of Star Trek something or another. This is this one had like Klingon script written all over the side. It was really neat. Did everybody hear that? Okay. So let me, as you see, it's got the little Delta shield on there. It says United Federation of Planets. Same thing on the other side, and it's got another Delta on the bottom of it. And don't worry, I am prepared, because I keep spare corkscrews, or corks. So that I don't have to use the corkscrew again. So, got my blood wine glass. I did refrigerate this earlier. It's only been out for, well, I guess about an hour now, because I've been going for 45 minutes. Holy cow. Hey, that's good. Oh man, that is really good. Yeah. I could put that down. That's enjoyable. So anyways, it's Dr. Soong. Dr. Carl Noonien Soong. But none of y'all knew that his name was Carl Noonien. So, because that's not what it was. I believe this was a wave 2. Or 3 or 4. Hell, I don't know. I bet nobody really cares. There's a card back. Got the thing glued taped on there. Get rid of it. Let's see. Simulacrum. That took my brain a minute. Sorry. Processor surgical tool. Crystalline test tube. And a Federation action base. I don't have his picture on here. That's a little annoying. Annoying? That's a little annoying. All right. Here is the old man himself. This is actually a pretty cool figure. I like the way that they chose to do the jacket, so that you can puffiness on the sleeves, but it works. And of course, he's got this annoying whatever that is for his jacket. And here we've got Pogs. I wonder, where are my Pogs at? I still have them around here somewhere. There's my Pogs. Yeah, it's weird. I'm a 44-year-old man who keeps his 30-something-year-old Pog collection. At his desk. Kind of look through them.
Speeding while driving gives you less time to react. Another car could turn out in front of you. A pedestrian.
I don't know why I am.
Follow the speed limit.
That was brought to you by Mental Disorders. I will have to look later and see if I need to add that to my Pod collection. So yeah, there is the test tubes
while they track updates and visualize timelines.
and
a smarter way to work. Try it for free today at asana.com.
boy, you'd think after 30-something years that the tape wouldn't be that difficult to deal with. But let me tell you, it's something to deal with. This is one of the weirdest accessories to have included with an action figure. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just, you know what needs to come? Action figure, a 2-inch action figure. All right. Let's see. I think I've got. Oh yeah, I got one more early wave, early stuff. Guinan. The other woman on the show that everybody liked to hate. Not particularly. Actually, back in the day, nobody really cared. It's ever since she's been on The View and gotten real political. Which, I mean, I don't think she's ever said anything particularly horrid. I know some people would disagree with me. I don't really care. I think Whoopi Goldberg is still awesome. So yeah, let's see. It comes with 10 forward tray, drinking glasses, chess set, Starfleet action base. And like I said, one of the drinking glasses. Here's me another Pog to possibly add to my collection. One of the drinking glasses is one that got reused for the Ambassador Troy figure, which is that one right there. Got, and of course, a lot of people don't know, you might not know this, you might, that these glasses will actually fit in to the tray like that. It's pretty cool. There's Guinan in her maroon outfit with her big hat. I've always been curious why they decided that Guinan should wear UFO hats. They never, I don't think they've ever like blatantly said that it was to make fun of that psychic that was on TV all the time in the 90s, but I've always been suspicious that that's what it was. I can't remember her name now. I'm just now realizing this 3D chess set is completely inaccurate. In fact, the top only has 4 squares, whereas the second one, I don't know if I can even get my camera to pick up, it does look like it has multi-squares. Like, it's split up. Let's see this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's an 8x8. And then the little one there is a 4x4. And I'm trying to see the bottom one clearly. 1, 2, 6x6. That is so weird. But yeah, this is a completely wrong. Psh. Didn't even notice that 30 years ago. I just ignored it. I was having too much fun with Guinan. That's what it was. Because that was when Guinan was still cool. Still think Guinan should have played Guinan throughout all of Picard Season 2. Or I should say, Whoopi Goldberg. Okay, we're down to the last few figures here. Just getting them settled out. Let's see if anybody cares about what I open up. So, it's Lieutenant Commander Jadzia Dax in her Trials and Tribulations uniform. Got the contest scratch off there. There's my little buddy Dragon. The Triple Tribbles game. As you can see, this box has definitely seen better days. And she comes with tricorder, some fake tribbles, some plastic tribbles, some medical equipment, an electronic clipboard, and got the other figures. Don't know if anybody knows this. This is that the Chief O'Brien here is actually considered one of the top collectible of the figures from the Playmates line, because they only made, I want to say, like 6,000, something like that. And then they only released like 500 of them in the United States. Apparently like 1,000 of them got sent to Canada, and the other like 5,000, whatever it was, 4,500, 5,000 got sent to Ireland. Because they were a lot of our stock there, which has made it really hard to get one. And I actually do have one. And I am getting better. Rest of y'all are going, woo. I believe there's a missing child situation going on. But let's get this free from this. But yeah, as I was saying, I actually have one of those Chief O'Briens on card. In a pretty damn good state. I've got it in a protective box now, and that's where I'm going to be keeping that, because it's possibly one of the most expensive items I own. Because they are such a rare figure and hard to find. So, there is Dax wearing the red. Which, I've always, this is one of those things. Apparently, she looked better in the red, was the reason that they decided to go with it. But I still think they should in the episode. Oh, hey, it's either Keith or Mike, because I don't know for sure, because it's coming from their YouTube page, and they both have access to it, as far as I understand. But so I'm going to say thank you, probably Keith. You missed me drinking espresso vodka. Now I'm drinking wine. Star Trek Sauvignon Blanc. But got a couple of plastic troubles. It does look like such a hairpiece. It's an attack hairpiece. Got a pad, an electronic pad, and tricorder purse, and the oh, I know what that's called. Oh, it is Keith. Okay. Look, man, I gotta just take wild guesses, and I never know for sure. Because I know you've got your own other channel, just like Mike's got his own other channel. So it could be whatever's happening is happening. It could be Jen, for all I know. Oh, the espresso vodka, dude. Yeah, this is it here. It is intense, my friend. I will definitely drink more of it another time, but not right now, because holy crap. But the last time I tried to scratch one of these off, it scratched off the answers or the rewards or whatever it was, because it's 30 something years old.
For the ones who
and that's what happens.
The most important
oh man, we got another ad.
You need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver.
Come on, skip the ad. Skip the ad. There we go. So, let's see. Who are we gonna do next? I think we've actually everybody left. No. I was gonna say that everybody left is from Deep Space Nine, but that would be incorrect. We do have one other Next Generation figure. You know, I don't know if it's caffeinated. I hope to God not. You know, I hope to the thing I don't believe in that I believe it isn't. Somebody should look that up. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna pull a Keith and be like, somebody should look that up, not me. But oh well, thank you, Mike and Jen. We got Lita, the Dabo girl. Flip it over, says she comes with a Dabo wheel, Bajoran action base. You know, I've got one of these already unpacked card. Thankfully, the card it is in much better condition. That's why I'm opening this one, because it looks like crap. A friend of mine actually gave it to me for my birthday last year. I've just been doing nothing with it. And I guess I've never paid attention to the card back on it. It's just like, comes with barely anything, because this is towards the end of the line, and we don't want to put in the effort. Still got the triple. You know, her base doesn't even have her name on it. You see that? They're like, screw her and her Bajoran ways. We don't care. You know what? Playmates. Of course, this was also the point in the line where they stopped caring about putting the collector's number on the bottom of the yes, I know you do that. You don't have Lita? Well, damn. If I'd have known that, I would have sent you this one. So you could deal with this horrible box. Granted, I don't have a Dabo wheel out of the package. Me move the Dabo wheel so I can have that and you can have the rest. That would be that'd be something I would do. I totally would. But yeah, as I was saying, they stopped putting the collector's number on the bottom of the foot, and they started just putting it on the side of the package. Isn't that? See that people all debate why Playmates, why the toy line died out. Technically in '98, they had some stragglers in '99, and technically one box set in 2000. I actually saw that box set. It's on eBay for like $50, and it's like that is actually a low enough price I can technically afford it. But maybe if I get more money soon, I might pop over there and pick that up. But yeah, no. As far as why did the line die out? It's because they got lazy. They got rid of articulation. They got rid of having enough accessories. I mean, I will grant that the Dabo wheel that this comes with is a decent size accessory. Be cool if it actually had a spinning feature of some sort, but it looks like it doesn't. Of course, this is one thing, even though we have a cat, it's funny every time that Keith and Mike talk about their cat eating the accessories, I'm like, I don't know what this is with y'all. Because our cat, the only thing she wants to eat is our fingers. Otherwise, she's actually a cat that's really good about getting up on a counter or a table and not knocking anything off. I love it. I don't know how she got to be that well trained, but yeah. But anyways, There is a Zelatinum. I'll set that over here. Got so much crap on this little table over to the side. But yeah, the Dabo wheel, I like that. That is... I wish it was a better color, because that dark purple is kind of drab. But, yeah. I mean, the figure is fine. The head sculpt is fine. It's just... And it's not only the limited articulation, it's the fact that they made, like, 4 of the female characters with this exact same mold set. Because they did the 7 of 9, which, first of all, it was 3 different 7 of 9 figures that are in this exact same pose. They did the Orion Slave Girl. They did Lita. And I think the Borg Queen is actually, like, in a very similar, same, if not same, like, mold set. Because see, what it is that they created, if you don't know how the molds work, one of the things that you can do is you can create a blank that just has the shape, whatever you need. And if you want to go in and you can put a little fastener piece on the inside, and that will change up the details. Yeah, like, for example, the difference between Lita's hands and the 7 of 9, or arms, I should say, because it's the entire freaking arm, is that Lita actually has a separation line right there where the sleeve is, which is going to be different from the 7 of 9. The 7 of 9, when it ends lower down on the wrist. So, yeah, you want to know why the line ended up going bad? It's because Playmates got lazy. So, let's see. I'm going to save that one for last, because that should be the nice controversial ending. What is that? You ever look in the bag, and there's been a bag that you put together, and I don't remember what that is. Who put that in there? Of course, the problem here is I couldn't see what it is. Oh, it's a bag of body parts. From my figures. It must have fallen out of the other bag. Or out of the box, I should say, that I had everything in. Oop, I hope I didn't just show that on camera. So, yeah, we're wrapping this up. We're on our penultimate figure. Cadet Deanna Troi. Now, again, this is another one that's got a fun little bit of controversy to it. Because, let's see, this figure... Oh, all the year and crap is on the bottom. 97. Yeah, I believe it was in 1995 that the Starfleet Academy game came out, and in association with the game, they put out 4 of the Next Gen characters as Academy cadets. They did Cadet Jean-Luc Picard, Cadet Geordi LaForge, Cadet Will Riker, and Cadet Worf, which were all really awesome figures. I mean, for one, it finally gave us a clean-shaven Riker. It also gave us a Worf with hair that was more like what he had during the first season of Next Gen than compared to what he had for seasons 2 through 5, 6. He kept the bob through the early part of season 6 and then transitioned over to the long hair. But yeah, they only did the 4. And all of the fans were like, hey, can we get any more cadet figures? Because those were really cool. And it took them a year and a half, basically, after those 4 cadet figures came out, and they finally did Deanna Troi here, and they did, I'm going to forget her last name, Howard. Beverly Howard Crusher, and they did a Cadet Data. Now, of course, the Cadet Data one, they didn't need to make him look younger or anything, because he was supposed to look basically the same as the way he looked on the show all the time. But the uniform that they made for him was actually pretty neat. I really like the one that they did for Dr. Crusher, Cadet Dr. Crusher, Howard Picard. I like the way they did her hair and all that there. It's a very nice looking figure. And of course, the cool thing with these was this cadet base that came with them. I really do like that cadet base. And let's see, the accessories she comes with: Starfleet phaser, a sample collector, a backpack, and a data recorder. You know, one thing I've always been curious about, did anybody actually cut out these cards and like keep them, like, did you put them in like a little filing thing? I've always been curious about that. Did anybody actually do that? I bet Keith did, didn't you? Gotta give him a little crap. It's one of the things he and Mike have never discussed is those silly little cards. But I'm always curious if anybody actually ever did cut them out. Kind of like the, I know that Ninja Turtles had those, and G.I. Joe had those. That was a real popular thing. I think G.I. Joe's might have actually been what made that a big deal, because I don't think the Star Wars figures started doing that until they started bringing Star Wars figures back in the 90s. Might be wrong. I don't know. I'd be interested to find out which toy line was the first to do the info card thing. Ooh, that arm is stiff. There we go. Might have to dunk her in some warm water, because these joints are stiff as crap. Anyways, fun thing about this outfit is the fact that it's based off of the away team jacket that we saw in Star Trek II. That Kirk, he's saying yes, he did go collect the one for the G.I. Joes. You happen to know, was there any other toy line before G.I. Joe that did that? I'm trying to remember. And I'm thinking G.I. Joe might have been the first to actually do those cards. But anyways, yeah, the jacket that Kirk and Saavik and Dr. McCoy wore during the away mission, this is sort of loosely based on that, which is really awesome, because it allows us to have those. Now, one thing I love about this figure, they did something similar with the Crusher figure, I think, is that the backpack, they actually hollowed out the back so that you could take and put it on her and have the ponytail hide down inside the backpack. Bloody brilliant. That is, whoever thought of that, I'm like, oh yeah, that was awesome. And of course, where is it? I'm 99% sure. Yeah, the phaser has a peg on it. And I thought that there was somewhere maybe I am mistaken. Because I know the Geordi figure had a little hole on his belt where you could put the phaser. I don't see any place on her. So, let's see. Keith's saying, don't think so. I know G.I. Joe did that in the comics first. Oh, did they? See, I didn't get into G.I. Joe comics until, like, honestly, like early 2000s. I didn't honestly, gun to my head, I didn't know there was a comic in the G.I. Joe comics book in any earlier than like the 90s. But he says that they had those cards like that in the comic books as their military files. It wouldn't surprise me, because I mean it's kind of part of the whole game of G.I. Joe's is the military thing. So they call this a sample collector. It looks a lot like a tricorder. And then they've got, this is actually one of the neatest. I just love the mechanical look. Like, I don't know what the heck she's supposed to be doing, but she's apparently on some kind of scientific mission of some sort. So, my coffee is probably cold as crap. Yep. And what sucks is I can't put this mug in the microwave because of the metallic on the handle and around the side. But I love this mug. Oh yeah, no, I know that the original G.I. Joe line was dead, but I remember, what was that? Oh, don't worry about that. I remember the comic books. For some reason, around the time I was in college in the early 2000s, I remember seeing the comic books for G.I. Joe. Oh, you're saying the Marvel version? That's probable. I don't know. I don't know which version of the comic books I was looking at. I don't know if IDW or somebody else picked them up. Probably. That's what happens a lot of times. That's one thing a lot of people don't know about Star Trek comic books. Just about every comic book, like other than comic book company, has had Star Trek at least for a little while. Like ones that got them in the 70s, I think they did a Star Trek line starting in the late 70s, and then I know Marvel had them for a time period in the 90s, but so did I think Dark Horse, and IDW also did some Star Trek comic books. I've got a lot of them. That's why I was actually, I don't know where I put it. I actually was looking at one of the old Next Gen comic books just a couple of days ago. Is it IDW that has them now? Probably so. I get lost on it. It is IDW, yeah, because I've been reading the Lower Decks comic books, which are fantastic. And I was reading the Defiant ones for a while. It's definitely an alternate universe situation, because like the Defiant, well, I don't know if I should say anything if Mike happens to be around, because if what I was about to say would actually literally spoil the ending of Deep Space Nine if Mike happened to be around. Mike, close your ears. But yeah, in the first Defiant comic book, Cisco comes back, and it's a whole storyline about him trying to uncover some plot, blah blah blah. And literally in the last comic book, which like just came out, he goes back to the prophets. It was kind of weird, and I'm like, man, this is literally just very much an alternate universe line. But anyways, I'm gonna open up the last Star Trek figure I've got. There it is. And I know some of you are probably gonna be ticked off about me opening this one, because this is one of the exclusives. Don't worry, I've got one in a box up there on display. Nice condition. The box is in better condition than this one, even though this one's actually in pretty good shape. Does this one have the thing on the foot? I guess so. But yeah, Spencer's, what's the year on this? It's probably 97 again. Yeah, it's one of the two Spencer's exclusives. If you didn't see the little Spencer's gifts, which why the hell in the late 90s, Spencer's Gifts was like, we should have Star Trek exclusive figures. And they were like, let's get Dax in her dress uniform, which awesome, totally freaking cool, and Neelix in a security outfit. In case you don't know, Neelix, yes, he actually did wear a security uniform on the show a few times. One of them was in Year of Hell, which for most fans is like one of the most favorited two-parter episodes. Which, Keith, you're gonna get a nice one on this, or you're gonna get a kick out of this. A little forthcoming on, when we get there in the future, doing the watch along. I love everything about Year of Hell, except the ending makes that whole episode a 0 for me, because I do not like episodes that go through a massive amount of drama and then have 0 consequences. It's the whole Superman flies around the earth backwards and none of this shit ever happened. Why did we even bother to watch this movie? There's things they could have done. But anyways. Oh, that's a good saying. Once you open a box, it makes everyone else's more valuable. Well, the one I've got on the shelf is more valuable. But anyways, yeah, Neelix does appear in the security. Of course, the one thing that's really funny about the security uniform, you probably can't really tell it from this picture. The yellow that they put on his shoulders was yellow. Like, it's almost banana yellow. Which, if you know Star Trek uniforms, you know that is wrong. It's supposed to be more of a goldenrod mustard kind of color. And so if you ever get a Neelix uniform where he's wearing the correct color of, oh look, they don't have her name on the badge there, the correct color of uniform, you've probably got one that somebody either painted over, or you have a fake, a manufactured one, which technically I've got a manufactured one, because I used a Tuvok body and put a Neelix head on it. So I didn't even talk about her accessories. What do we have? We've got Rycian perfume, the Zahantara candle, a phaser, and a Zahantara pitcher. Pours liquid taken from the pool of Trill symbiotes. Okay, now I need to rewatch the episode. I don't remember them. I remember the little fire pit that they had to stand next to each time that they did the ritual so that somebody could have the symbiote take them over for a while. Oh, yeah, fuck Berman. But I don't remember water from the Rycian pool, or from the that was the Rycian perfume from the symbiote pools. But do remember the fire. I actually have taken one of these and painted it up so it actually looks like a real fire pit. But yeah, there is the only female character that they made wearing a dress uniform. Only one. Made a whole bunch of the men. They made, of course, Geordi. I actually have a joke with my friends about the Geordi in the dress uniform. For some bizarre reason, because that was the very first dress uniform figure that they made. They made Geordi in his dress uniform was the very first. It was like wave 2. For some reason, they were like, if we're going to make dress uniforms, we should start with Geordi. I'd have started with the captains. Then they waited and did the captains way longer, and they later in put them in the collector's box, which is whatever. But yeah, they ended up doing. Oh, I didn't need to finish the story. So I have a joke with my friends because I have several friends who they're not Trekkies, but they're like, I had a dress uniform Geordi as a kid. They're like, I was a Star Wars kid. I had like 100 Star Wars figures, and Geordi in a dress uniform showed up for some reason. They're like, I don't remember where it came from. Like, I think my grandma might have gotten it for me for Christmas. I don't know. It was weird. It was He-Man and the Geordi. They were like, we're gonna go off and fight some engineering crimes. But yeah, I've got this theory that like every kid in America for a short time owned a Geordi in a dress uniform. Every boy, at least, who was like between the ages of like 12 and 15. Geordi dress uniform figure. Yeah, I've made Troy and Crusher in the dress uniform, but it's still annoying. They had the opportunity, especially after they made, because that was 97, the line was still going. They now had the form. They could have made, at that point, they could have made Troy, Crusher, it's Janeway at least. But as you and I have discussed before, they only ended up making, what was it, 3 Janeways or just 2? I don't even remember. Was it 2? There's the regular Janeway, and there's the Janeway in the movie uniform. And I think that's it, isn't it? Because they just fucking hated Janeway. Don't know why. They were like, you know who needs 37 different figures? Captain Picard. Love Patrick Stewart, but my God, that man has too many action figures. Although I think one of my favorite moments of a Picard action figure, as far as with Patrick Stewart, is on Graham Norton. Patrick Stewart and Liam Neeson were both on there at the same time several years ago, and they got this Qui-Gon Jinn figure that, like, first off, it was like at least 8 inches up, and it's like use the Force, and then they had the holodeck, or not the holodeck, the transporter Picard, and I'm just gonna sit here and talk now, I guess. Had the transporter Picard that, if you remember, all it had was just that little puck shaped base that it lights up and it goes and it's just like, you can feel Patrick Stewart just like wrinkle up. Love that. Hilarious. But I was thinking I might show you something just for craps and giggles before I start wrapping this up. This has been a fun hour and a half doing this. I am a big fan of goofy news stuff, number one, and even more so videos where weird things happen and they convert them into into songs. And my favorite for the almost 15 years now, and I was like, I'm gonna share this with her, but this is literally my favorite video on YouTube of this woman who was at a gas.
I was putting one more tap of coffee in my coffee cup, and out of the corner of my eyes, I saw two guys come in, one with a black hoodie and one with a white hoodie. And the guy with the black hoodie said, "We want your money, everybody up front and down." And I'm like, oh, why did I need coffee now? And so it's coming down, and I'm like, don't look, don't look, don't look. So I'm putting my hair down, and he comes right to me, and he goes, "Get down now." And I go, "Yes, sir." And I just dropped to my knees, see my little knee. And then when I'm on my knees, I'm backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. Because my daddy taught me good, and I'm backing the hell out of there. And then when I figure I'm safe, I'm like counting to 2,000, and I don't hear nothing. Then I hear boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh my God. So I back farther and farther away. And I think maybe I should faint, but I don't. And so then I'm thinking, count to 2,000 again. So I did. And then I go, mi amigos, mi amigos. Nobody said nothing. I'm like, oh my God, they're dead. I'm like, I'm going to have to find all my friends dead. And then they were laughing. They shot the rubber. He's a hero. Saved all three of us.
And the Gregories and Apple.
I'm backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up, cause my daddy taught me good. I'm backing the hell out of there, and I'm like, oh my God, backing up, cause my daddy taught me good. And I think maybe I should faint, but I don't, my daddy taught me good. I was putting one more tap of coffee in my cup. Black hoodie, one with the white hoodie, black hoodie, white hoodie. They said, "We want your money, everybody down." And I'm like, oh, why did I need coffee now? And so the guy in black shirt's coming down, 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 down. And I'm backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up, cause my daddy taught me good. I'm backing the hell out of there, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, my God. I'm backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. My daddy taught me good, and I think maybe I should faint, but I don't. My daddy taught me good. So I'm like, don't look, don't look, don't look. And he comes right to him and he goes, "Get down now, get down now." And I just drop to my knees, see my little knee. And then when I figure I'm safe, I'm like, counting to 2,000, and I don't hear nothing. Then I hear, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh my God, they're dead. So I'm backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. I'm backing the hell out of there. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, my God. I'm backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. My daddy taught me good. And I think maybe I should faint, but I don't. My daddy taught me good. I'm like, I'm gonna have to find all my friends dead. And then they were laughing. They shot the rubber. Hero of the day, saved my life, saved my life. Hero of the day, saved my life. Mi amigos, he's a hero. Hero of the day, saved my life, saved my life. They shot the rubber. Hero of the day, saved my life. Mi amigos, he's a hero. Hero of the day, saved my life. Hero, saved my life. They shot the rubber. Hero, saved the day, saved my life. Mi amigos, he's a hero. watch your fate, but I don't. My daddy taught me good.
Don't forget to buy the song and the shirt, and check out our revamped website for dessert.
I just had to share that because it amuses the absolute crap out of it for me. Oh, I didn't see Daddy Star Trek joined us. Why, thank you, sir. And yeah, that is, for a while, that song was actually my ringtone. I did get over that pretty quickly. But I am going to do one final opening before we go. Yes, it is an alien figure. I've had this for a while. I've been wanting to open it. I was like, I don't know. This was part of the Reaction line of figures. Came out in 2014. Is one of my favorite films. I've actually got a really awesome big poster display on my wall. I should take a picture of it sometime. This was done in the 3 3/4 inch scale of figures, but I've been holding off because I do want to at some point take some photos of this guy with my Star Trek, my 3 3/4 inch Star Trek figures, so that I can have him chasing Captain Picard. Now, somehow, oh, that's falling apart. There was a rubber band around the top of the head. Because, yeah, that comes off. Oh, I see how it is. I was about to say, somehow the little mouth thing pops out. Now I see what it is. It's, you have to take that off so that... Oh, look at that, look at that. I'm going to be playing with this for the next couple of hours. This is great. Oh, this is a good figure. It's a good place to end on. I wonder if the, oh, you can turn it. Well, that looks weird. Oh, but that is fantastic. That will be going with my display of Star Trek 3 3/4 inch figures. Just because. I'm gonna figure out how to put this back on eventually. There it goes. So, all right. This has been fun. It has been amusing. I've had a good time. And it was nice to see some of y'all. I'm glad that a few people have popped in. I appreciate that. And I will obviously a live stream will stay up and be viewable. I might edit just the figure openings down to a shorter video and post it. Haven't decided. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, thank you all. I am going to definitely be drinking some more wine, possibly some more vodka. Not much though. That is a bottle that it's going to take me probably a couple of years to finish. I did tell my cousin to come over sometime this week, and I'd let her have some to try, because she's never had any either. So that'll be a fun experience for her. So, yeah. Thank you all. And I will see you later.